So when I was growing up, I was always around a very musically eclectic family. My grandfather was actually Harvey Kaplan of the Spiral Staircases. He sang the song "I Love You More Today Than Yesterday." It's a pretty old song, but it's very well known. And my mom actually learned from him. So then my mom, Brenda K, Starr, her best known song is "I Still Believe," but she has a lot of Latin music as well. I would grow up and I would see her performing, and I would always look up to her, as I still do. But it would get to the point where I would be like, "Mom, can I go on tour with you?" So I would go on tour. I'd bring my homework. I would watch her. She would bring me on stage with her and stuff. And then she began slowing down as she had more kids. And, you know, there's 4 of us now. So she began slowing down and wanting to just become a family woman and still do music. But we made a studio in our house. So it was easier for her to spend time with her family and still want to like work on her dream and also accomplish it, because she has. But the thing is, when I was around 6 years old, she started giving vocal lessons, which I now do with children on the side just to help them make their dreams come true as well. And I would see her and I was like 6. And I was like, "Mom, you're sleeping on me." And I'm like 6 years old. And she's like, "What do you mean I'm sleeping on you?" And I was like, "I could sing, Mom." And she was like, "Oh, you can sing?" And I would sing Christina Aguilera and Carrie Underwood just for fun. But one day I just told her, like, just listen to me. And I sang her "Hurt" by Christina Aguilera. And she was like, "Oh my God, this girl could sing." And I was like, "Yeah, Mom, I just need some practice." So by 6 years old, she started giving me vocal lessons. I think by 6.5, I recorded my first recording, which was "I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas." It was a Christmas present for my grandparents. And I think it's really cool that we got that recording so young, because you can see the growth in my voice from 6 years old now to 20, which is insane to me. But from then, like growing up, I would start doing vocal competitions like around town, like Freehold Idol, Aberdeen's Got Talent. And I think the first time I really noticed like, oh, like I could actually make this a job is when I started placing in those competitions. Because when I first started, I wasn't hitting first place. I was like 3rd and 2nd place. But I think that gave me a lot of motivation and drive to work even harder for those accomplishments to become in first place. So when I got my first award, which was Freehold Idol, I believe I was 12 years old, I got first place. And that's when I was like, wow, I could actually sing. And then I started writing everything I did. So then I started songwriting. And it wasn't great at first, but it got better after time. So I started songwriting, and then I went on X Factor in 2013. I made the top 40 women's. And I remember like I sang a Beyonce song, and I was terrified because it was such a big song and I was only 13 years old. And it was just, I mean, I've definitely grown from them, but it was just such a great experience to be around a room of so many people and so many amazing judges, for that to be like, this could be my reality. I could be singing in front of crowds of people. I could be singing in front of people in the industry, and I could hear their feedback. So after that, I was like, you know what, I'm going to do American Idol. So then I did American Idol, made top 10. And that's when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make this a career. I'm gonna do what I can. I'm gonna write what I can, learn producing, learn songwriting, help other children have the opportunities to get in the studio and learn the gift and the love of music. So I think around, that was a really long answer, but I think around like maybe like 13 years old, I noticed like, oh yeah, I can sing. Like I'm gonna put my work in and I'm gonna make it happen. So in regards to my mom and the entire American Idol experience and having her hand me the golden ticket, that was a surreal experience in itself. It was amazing. And it's a point in my life which I'll never forget and I'll always be grateful for. But there is a little bit of pressure added to like me wanting to, I wouldn't say live up to my mom's expectations, but I want to make her proud and show her how much I've worked and how much she's taught me that I could put out into the world. She's always been very supportive alongside with my father with my music. I just feel as though my mom and me have this like very special bond where she is my best friend because we have so much in common. We're both very bubbly, outgoing people. We both have a love of music. The only thing that I would say is probably that it can get a little difficult sometimes, and I love her to pieces, but it's because we're so alike and we both have the exact same like career and goals and dreams and ambitions that we can like butt heads a lot because we're both vocal coaches as well. So she'll be teaching me, but I'm trying to teach her. So it's kind of like back and forth. So I feel like I learned a lot from my mother. Everything I know is from her, but I also feel as though I teach my mom too. So it's kind of like we're both teaching each other. And at the end of the day, I want to do music because I love it and because of my passion for it. No one else's, but my mom definitely sparks that fire in me that makes me want to like push myself and want to accomplish more. And she's very supportive. So I'm very appreciative for her.